Welcome, dear learners. Welcome to another year of learning with English 7. Today's lesson will be about analogy. I know that you already have answered your activities in Module 1 for the first quarter, so this short session will only be a review to what you learned from this topic. This session will also be a chance for you to alter your answers or to change your answers if you find something different from this review compared to what you understood in the module given to you. So let's start. In this slide, you can see the list of learning targets that will serve as your personal goals, that by the end of this session, you will have acquired a skill in analyzing relationships presented in analogies and supplying other words in expression or expressions that will complete an analogy, because you already know what an analogy is and how does it work. Okay? Well, in analogy, it is important that beyond knowing the relationship between two pairs of words, having sufficient knowledge about analogy will let you construct good sentences in paragraphs, or perhaps it will let you make a good essay. Having knowledge with analogy will be a good strategy in presenting your ideas in prose or even in poetry. It is said that analogy is a comparison that shows the relationship between two pairs of words. Meaning, in analogy, there are pairs of words that the words in a pair are related to each other and in which we use to compare it to another pair. Example, we have a set of analogy here like pen is to paper, is to paintbrush, is to canvas. In analogy, we also have parts, namely the means and the extremes. When we say means, these are the two words which are found at the innermost of the given set, while on the other hand, the extremes are the two words that are found at the outer left and at the outer right of the given set of an analogy. The means may also show relationship, so as with the extremes. Okay? Now let us move on the types of the relationships of the words in an analogy. And the first on the list are the synonyms and antonyms. When we say synonyms, these are the words which meanings are the same, while the words which are different in meanings or opposite are opposite to one another are called antonyms. Examples of synonyms are enormous and huge. Both these words share the same meaning, which is big, as in little and thing, which both mean small. Okay? Example of antonyms, on the other hand, are enormous and tiny, in which both words are opposite in meaning, whereas enormous means big and tiny means small. Also, as in little and huge, where little means small and huge means big. Okay? In analogy, it doesn't matter how words are arranged in a set. It could be enormous is to tiny, is to little, is to huge, or enormous is to huge, is to little, is to tiny. As long as you know how to relate a word to another words from the given set, you will be able to compare a pair of the words to the other pair of words. Okay? Next, we have the other type of relationship of the words in an analogy, which is part and whole. Example, paragraph is to essay, is to stanza, is to poem. Okay? We know that an essay consists of several paragraphs and a poem composes of several stanzas. Therefore, paragraphs are just parts of a bigger whole, which is the essay, and stanzas are parts of the bigger whole, which is the poem. Same thing with kitchen is to house, is to school, is to library. Kitchen is a part of a house, and a library is a part or a place you can locate in a school. And so as the same with Car is to wheels, is to airplane, is to airfoils. Okay? One of the parts of a car are wheels, and one of the parts of the airplane are its airfoils. Okay? So this relationship is what we so-called part and whole. Next type, we have the cause and effect. In a cause and effect relationship, when we say cause, it is the reason why something happened. And when we say effect, this is what happened or what will happen because of a certain reasons or causes. Okay? Meaning effect is the result. Okay? In an analogy, in an example of an analogy, heavy rain is to flood, is to dirty surroundings, is to disease. We can say that flood is the effect of the cause, which is heavy rain, that we may get disease as the effect caused by the dirty surroundings, or heavy rain can be the cause of flood as a result, and dirty surroundings may be the cause of catching a disease. And lastly, we have the characteristic type or quality type of relationship of words in an analogy. Like in Father is to loving, is to God, is to merciful. We can describe Father as a loving Father and God as a merciful God, meaning loving is a good characteristic of a Father and merciful is a good characteristic of our God. Since you already know what an analogy is, now I am going to teach you a simple technique to complete an analogy. If one idea is missing by analyzing the relationship of the present words. Okay, let's take this one as an example. Music is to composer, is to painter, is to blank. Okay, we know that music is what composers produce or make, and painters make what? Of course, paintings. So we can say that for this analogy, music is to composer, is to painter, is to paintings. Another example we have is smart is to blank, is to foolish, is to dumb. Okay, since the pair of words foolish and dumb mean the same thing as being naive or stupid, so they are synonymous with each other or to each other. Okay, therefore the other pairs of words must also be synonymous to each other or must be a synonym. Okay, we have to think of a word that is a synonym of the word smart, so it could be intelligent or clever. So our answer would be like this: smart is to intelligent, is to foolish, is to dumb, or smart is to clever, is to foolish, is to dumb. Okay, I hope you were able to refresh the things that you learned from the module you already had, and I hope that there are still many new things you learned from this session. Thank you, learners, for making time to watch this video. Bye!